Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? So happy to be here with you today. We are beginning our Thanksgiving week projects and today is day one. I am bringing you some 3D pumpkin place cards. I think they turned out pretty awesome. I love the colors and I have done two for you. We're going to make two again. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make them. We are using the Decorative Circle Punch and Cracker and Treat dies for this label that I'm putting up here with the names. And Inked Botanicals is our DSP. And I have chosen, there's so many different colors in here. It's really a beautiful pack of paper. It lends itself to fall very easily. I have decided to use, I'll show you in a minute, these two prints right here. Aren't they pretty? So we are pairing those with Lost Lagoon. And let's go ahead and get started and I will show you how to make them. So we're going to start with 2 pieces of Lost Lagoon and 2 pieces of the DSP. The Lost Lagoon is 6.5 inches by 3.25 inches. And so we're going to go ahead and burnish down the center, not burnish, score down the center at 3.25 on both of these. And then our DSP pieces, we are going to be scoring at 3 inches. All right, so 3 inches for those, 3.25 for the others. Now, we're going to also take our scallop circles, and they're not a perfect scallop all the way around. They're a little bit different. So I have drawn them on a scrap piece of paper, and what you want to do is get all your scallop circles to be in the same order. And so I have to match mine up. Let's see. Once you trace your first one, you want all the other ones to fit on top the exact same way. And I think that I have kind of sort of done a good job, but maybe not. I thought I had them all sorted for us. Oh, they're not too far off, it looks like. I had them all in alignment so that you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me try and get them in alignment. That's not the right one. Maybe there. Yeah, there we go. So they're just, like I said, slightly off. But once you get them all in the right place or in the right order, you should be okay, because you're going to score that. You want to score them all in the same spot so that they line up. So I found that this one here and this one here, you could score straight down at 1 1/8, which is 1 tick mark past the 1. So once you've found your, center piece, or however you want, you're going to find your one that fits right down the center, and you're going to score it at 1 1/8. So I'm going to grab my pieces, I'm going to lay them right here, and I'm going to put them at the 1 1/8 mark. And I'm going to line up the center of that one and the center of that one at the 1 1/8, and we're going to give them a score mark. Once they're scored, it's much, much easier to keep them in, because the score line will help you to line them up. So it's just until you get them scored, right, that you need to mess with making sure that you got your score mark correct. Once that part's done, that's the hard part. So what you want to do is just find a scrap paper and trace one of your pieces. And once you've traced your decorative circle once you've punched one and traced it. Just find the center and then line them all up and make sure that you score them all in the same spot. Or you can just use a regular circle if this is too much for you. I do like the little rounded, deckled kind of look of the edges, so I definitely wanted to go with that. So that's all our scoring. Like I said, once you have them scored, then it's really easy because the score mark helps you to get them lined up perfectly. You don't have to work for it anymore. All right, so I've done all of that scoring. So you need 4 copper clay decorative circles per place card holder. So I have 8 here. So we're going to do 4 for each card. Okay. So let me line these up, 4 and 4. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fleck around no, actually, I'm not going to fleck around. I'm going to do that at the end. So we're going to use our bone folder. I'm going to get my mat out just so that you have a surface to see. And we're going to go ahead and burnish like this. And these are going to get glued together, okay? So as I burnish, I'm going to go ahead and glue. And then once we have them all put together, then we'll go ahead and you want to put in center. They don't match perfect because, like I said, they're not a circle. But what you want to do is they're a circle, but they're not a perfectly rounded circle. So you want to line up this folded edge with this folded edge and try and line the top and the bottom like that. And then that should get you where you need to. You just want those to be lined up, stacked one on top of the other. So we're going to burnish and stick. One more. Burnish and stick. And I'm going to set this one to the side. We're going to work on our second place card. Punching these out doesn't take any time at all because punches are so quick, right? So then we're going to score them and then burnish, and that's what forms our pumpkin, see? By attaching them together. So let's go ahead and do the others. So we're going to burnish one, burnish the other one, and then stick them together. This is a fairly quick process. It's not a long, hard, it's actually a very fun and quick project. All right, so we're gonna burnish this one, stick it to the one that was stuck prior. Burnish our last one. So see, we have both of them burnished, and we're going to glue them. Then we're going to let them sit for a minute, and we're going to work on the base of our pumpkin, our card bases that the pumpkins are going to be attached onto. All right, so there is that one. We're just going to let them sit over here for a moment. So we're going to score these. Well, they're scored, but we're going to make sure they're lined up even and burnish while we have our bone folder out. Let's do both of those. And then we're gonna burnish our DSP. All right, so we have those two. I'm gonna stand them there. We're gonna burnish our DSP, make sure it's nice and even. I always like to, when I do DSP, to make sure that the top edge doesn't have any fraying or anything. And you have to be a little bit more delicate when you score DSP. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and attach these layers. So I'm gonna put adhesive on this inside portion. And I'm gonna do each square at a time. I don't want any glue at the seam. I need there to be mobility there. So we're just gonna put the glue on the square. We're gonna let that seam ride, and we're gonna find the center like that and lay this on the seam of the other piece. Before we glue it down, we're gonna bend it, and then we're gonna press. And I'm gonna use my roller. And if you have to adjust your cardstock, you're gonna do it before it's completely stuck. Okay, so there's one. Perfect. Let's get our other one. It's funny that they both have the bright yellow centers on the curry. I think both of these patterns are super pretty. We're gonna attach our seam together, make sure that it's even, and then we're gonna go ahead and close and make sure that we're good again and press down. All right, and so there is our second card. Those are ready. Before we add our pumpkins, they should be ready to get their color. So I'm gonna put these off to the side. I'm gonna move the glue temporarily to the side. And we're gonna use a blending brush and some copper clay. That's the same color as the paper. And I'm just gonna pick up a smidge of copper clay. It's a very strong color, so you don't need much. And we're gonna go ahead and just use the edge, and just that one little bit, it should be enough to do the entire pumpkin. I don't think we'll have to dip back in. So what you want to do is just do both sides until you get to the end of all the little pieces. So we're going to do the other side of that one. I just think it helps to define your pumpkin piece. Gives it a little color. This one, and this should be the last one. So this one doesn't need on the other side. When you get to the two single ones, those are the ones that are going to get glued on the back. See where they're all folded together, so I don't have to add any ink to the back side. Let's do our other one. Let's pick up a little color and start on this side and work our way to the other. Have you ever made place cards before? Let me know in the comments. I think they're fun, and it's fun to make different ones every year for Thanksgiving, and then people can take them with them, and it's kind of like a little memento if you make them personal to whoever's coming every time, right? I like to do them for all the big holidays. They're fun. And they look really pretty on the table. All right, so we're back to our single pieces. I gotta find them now, I dropped it. Where's my single piece? Here they are at the back. So here's the single, see there's the seams. So then this one's gonna get glued like that. Okay, so let's get the ink pad closed. We don't need this. I have some scrap pieces of crumb cake cardstock. And here's the two pieces that I cut from the cracker dies. We used this label right here. There's lots of labels in the cracker dies, so don't forget about these when you're working on your projects. I do like to use them often. So we're gonna hand cut our stem for our pumpkin. So I just grab a scrap, and all I'm gonna do is kind of curve to the right and bring it back out, and then curve in just slightly and bring it out. and then I'm gonna bring it back in, you'll see. And then that's my pumpkin stem. It's nothing fancy, I just do it however I feel like it would be a good pumpkin stem. And every time I do it, it's different, so you have unique pumpkin stems. I don't need that second one. All right. And I'm gonna get some names that I want to put on these. So let's see. I hope that you've been enjoying this process. I think it's super fun. All right, let's write on this. I'm using my copper clay Stampin' Write marker, and we're going to put the names on these two here. So we're gonna do all right. Let's glue our stems, gotta bring the glue back, onto our pumpkins, and then we can attach. So I wanna open where that flat part is, and I wanna put my piece right back there and hold that in place. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other one. Find that piece at the back, put our stem on, hold it in place till it grips. All right. Let's glue our pumpkins on. So back here is where we're gonna put our adhesive. Gotta put a little adhesive, put a little on that pumpkin there. All right, let's put our first pumpkin on our card, and we gotta find our center, right? I'm gonna put it low at the bottom so I have some room for our name tag. And we're gonna press that into place. There's that one. Let's put our glue on the other. I'm gonna put it low again. And right about there. That looks awesome, and make sure my stem is pushed. You could always do this and then fluff it back up. All right, so we're gonna add our name tags with mini dimensionals. So let me grab those. I'm almost done with this sheet. I'm getting ready to be done, but we're gonna put, I think I used 2, no 3. What did I do with my other label? Oh, there it is, it's hiding. All right. Let's take the backs off with our Take Your Pick tool. We're gonna attach the name on the side here, like so. Let's add the other one. Just like that. We're gonna put a little bow at the top of our pumpkin with our gold twine. I love how it looks, and it's very simple to tie. So we're gonna use this Simply Elegant trim. You have gold and silver. We're gonna use the gold. I don't know the exact measurement for you of how much I used here, but I like to keep it attached. So we're gonna just take our fingers and make 2 rabbit ears, cross them, and then tie it into a knot there in the center. And we're gonna pull on these tails a little. And when we're happy with how our bow looks, we're gonna tighten it up. And then I like that they're small loops because I don't want it to overwhelm my pumpkin, right? So we're gonna snip the other end. Cut this one a little bit shorter. We have one, let's do the other one and then we'll attach them. This is a very easy project, and I hope that all of you guys make some place cards for Thanksgiving. This one's very neat looking, and every year I'll make new ones, so if you don't like this one, wait till next year. You might like the next one. But every year I'm gonna do new ones because I think it's part of the fun, right? Of having new place cards every time. You never know. Keep pulling that too long. This gold cording is not behaving itself. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Let's pull this one. That's way too long. I can't do that. Okay, I gotta start it over. Sorry, guys. And usually, you know, if I were not on camera, this would come together fantastic. Because I am on camera, it's just how it is. You just gotta fight the struggle bus when you tie bows on camera. Okay, there we go. This is better. I have more control and I'm not wasting as much ribbon. All right, fantastic. All right, that looks great. So there's that one. And then what I do with my twine and ribbons that come on these spools is I trim a little notch into the holder here, you'll see. And then when I just put it through like that and it holds it in place for me. I'm almost done with those. I already have a new one, so when it's time, I think I'm gonna trim this one's too long. Okay. Let's attach them. So we're gonna use mini glue dots and a take your pick tool. So I'm gonna grab a mini glue dot, roll it into a ball, flip over my bow and put it on the back of the knot. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our bow up here onto our pumpkin stem. There's one. Let's do the second one. And one thing that I would recommend that you do if you're gonna have people over and you're gonna let them take their place cards is that you write a little note underneath the place card where they will find it later that tells them why you're thankful for them or something that you're thankful for about them. Because that's always a great way to, you know, we're being thankful on Thanksgiving, so you might as well write a little note for them on the inside, let them know what you're thankful for, and they'll find it eventually when they take their place card home, right? And it's just a nice way to commemorate them coming, eating with you, partaking, and the blessing of it all. All right, let's see. So now we have 4 pumpkin place cards. Look how cute they are. They look pretty awesome. All right. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial for how to make these Thanksgiving place cards. I used the dies from the Cracker dies and the Inked Botanicals DSP and the Decorative Circle punch. If you don't have that, check that out. We also used our blending brush and our copper clay ink and our copper clay Stampin' blend. I don't know what I've done with it now. It's like rolled away, I think. I'll find it eventually. All right, guys, thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Thanks for being a part of this video, and stay tuned for the rest of the week as I keep bringing you Thanksgiving projects. If you want 2 additional video tutorials in your inbox every week, don't forget to join my Inky Hands Crew Club. I would love to have you as a member, and it is cheaper than a Starbucks coffee a month. So think about it. Lots of great ideas. You won't have to come up with them yourself, and lots of fun projects. Thanks for being here. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!